This is Trey Alvey with 28storms.com Sunday evening update. Begin by looking at the infrared satellite imagery, and as you can see we have our well-defined storm system across much of the southeast. Now taking a look at the regional radar, you can see much of the higher reflectivities that were earlier found over southern Mississippi and more towards the coastal areas and over and towards Arkansas and northeast Texas are now beginning to show up into portions of central Mississippi, central Alabama, and into northern Mississippi and northern Alabama, and even starting to extend into northern Georgia. Now taking a look at the surface charts, we can see much of the precipitation across northern Mississippi has remained all snow throughout this event, along with the majority of portions of central Arkansas. And now we're beginning to get snow reports even into northern Alabama, just north of the Birmingham area. However, the Birmingham metro area is still reporting mixed precipitation at this time, and we should even begin to see snow reports show up in the Atlanta area, and we're actually starting to get reports in just now. And taking a look at the latest local storm reports out of Little Rock, Arkansas, you can see for Hot Springs, Arkansas, around 5 inches of snow has already been reported, and this has actually been a commonplace extending from Texarkana across southern Arkansas, central Arkansas, and into far northern Mississippi. So thus far, totals have been verifying very well, and we really have no reason to change our thinking at this point for areas further east. So really holding to that 4 to 8 inches threshold, with local areas possibly getting up to 10 inches of snow. Taking a look at the Jackson sounding for Mississippi, you can see that warm layer aloft has been holding. There's not much of it left, but the precipitation will be coming to an end in that area relatively soon over the next several hours heading into the night, and thus we no longer expect snow for the Jackson area and for the I-20 corridor in Mississippi. It should remain a mix of sleet and freezing rain. A look at the 0Z sounding from Birmingham reveals that there still is a warm layer aloft. However, you can see it has greatly diminished since the 18Z sounding, and we still have these dew points around -8, -8, -5, -6. This indicates that we still have the potential for evaporational cooling, and as this heavier precipitation moves in, expect a rapid changeover from mixed precipitation to heavy snow during the next few hours. And now finally a quick look at the Atlanta sounding in Georgia reveals that pretty much all precipitation that falls at this point should be mostly snow. As you can see, there's very little, if any, warm air aloft. Nearly the entire column is below freezing, except just at the surface as well, and a very little nose aloft, but that will quickly diminish. And finally, a quick look at the latest HRRR model reveals that still looking at those 4 to 8 inch totals, very common for areas north of Jackson, north of the I-20 corridor, will be a little further north than we originally anticipated, but still expecting it across northern Mississippi, northern Alabama, and northern Georgia. And while Birmingham and Atlanta don't look to be in the bullseye as far as precipitation goes, there still will be very bad travel problems caused by this, and areas just north of those metro areas will experience much more significant totals. And finally, last quick look at the radar shows that the dry slot is beginning to come into southwest Mississippi, but there still will be an extended period of precipitation for northern Mississippi and northern Alabama, especially northern Georgia throughout the night.